Hello, WCW, and welcome to the Week 3 recap. We're back to our normal lineup this week. So with me, True Blue, how are you, sir?
Much better. I had to deal with this Valk guy last week. He had no idea what he was doing.
Rough times.
I'm glad that you're back, yeah. But other side note, so you know how I hate lizards and all that? Well, there's another reason. As far as I'm concerned, the first ever Windy City Warmonger 2000 TV team is your lizards. Congratulations, and they need to die.
No, they're fine. They're fine. Thank you. Here, let's take a peek. Here's what 2000 TV worth of lizards looks like. We're actually 2100. We leaped way over. So, yeah. I need a couple more level ups.
Yeah.
All right.
There needs to be more claw.
No. The claw is when you take a season off. That's why I took last season off.
Yeah.
All right. Taking a look here at the Weiss division. I think Weiss is how we're pronouncing it. The Weiss division.
Yes.
First place, starting off with a perfect season. Grip. She's a Bad Witch has gone 3-0 so far. So
yeah. So fun fact about Grit, he's a friend of Lawcrest, and that's how he got the league.
Okay.
And just like Lawcrest did his first season, Grip is just tearing it up.
Absolutely. Lawcrest came in and did the same thing with his orcs, so I guess we should expect nothing else from anyone Lawcrest brings into the league. And this is actually all of our divisions have really good coaches, but all these coaches are really good. So a 3-0, even though they're new teams, this is not an easy 3-0 here.
Yeah, you got Cleric in there. You got Glisty, Neelyman, who's been playing really well with his Skaven. Velociraptor Doof, Scambammer, yup, even though he likes to play those meme teams can work.
Hey, Underworld's not quite a meme team. It's close, but not
have you seen his build?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at it.
Oh, it's a meme build.
Okay, well, never mind then. So we've got She's a Bad Witch in first, Nillyman with the Celeb Rats in second, Callisti with Skaven as well in third, with just barely in third, both with 2 wins, one with a draw, one with a loss. Caloric.
JJ agrees. Look at it. Lizards are scum. I just want to point that out. Move on.
All right, moving on. Caloric, a Velociraptor, the Chaos Murder Party, working its way up. Chaos always hard to start off, so a 102 start for a fresh Chaos team, that's absolutely fine. Kimry, same thing. Kimry are very hard starting off, so 102, getting a win in your first 3 games is a victory for those teams. So yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at what our matchups were last week. We had the Celeb Rats versus the XCOM Death Squad. And what's the tail of the tape here?
I'm actually shocked at that result. I was expecting Cleric to win, but Skaven did Skaven things.
Yep. Managed the 2-1. Looks like both had 8 armor breaks. Not a horrible amount, but about equal removals. So, look at how much XCOM Death Squad outblocked, though. The 44-28. So
look at their block dice. Their block dice were hot when looking at Cellbrats, which were pretty bad block dice.
Yep. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Interesting. So it seems like XCOM Death Squad didn't get quite the death they needed on those rats to make it go the other way. But you can never tell. Sometimes the rats just, it only takes a couple of gutter runners on the pitch to just do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do remember I did predict XCOM Death Squad to win. A little bit surprised Nillyman won, but Nillyman has been proven to be a winner so far. He's second in his division.
Props to Nilly. Then next up we had She's a Bad Witch, who is running their perfect season so far, versus Lords of Obey. Squeezed out the 2-1 versus the Skaven team. And they have a Mighty Blow Blitzer. That is beautiful. I'm going to have to take a look at that Dark Elf team.
They have a Mighty Blow Blitzer and an Agi 5 Blitzer.
All right, then. That is a way to come out with the... That's how you just tear up games early on. You just get great level ups.
Yeah. You can make an argument that the Agi-5 is a bit of bloat at this point in development, since there's no other skill. But Mighty Blow, no bloat at all.
But we are an Eternal League, so it's okay to bloat that way. All right.
Someone's laughing at the bloating.
Yep. And then we have Behold the Kickman versus Chaos Murder Party. Chaos Murder Party take the 1-0. Let's see how bad the damage was. We had 12 armor breaks. Almost
3
even
expulsions.
casualties.
Oof. 3 expulsions.
3 expulsions, yeah. Look at that. But three injuries to 2 injuries and 2 KOs to 1 KO. Like, basically even removals.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to point out is that the mercenary that Doof bought got MVP, and Doof could not buy it.
Oh no, yeah. Well, you can't hire mercenaries, no matter what.
No, you can hire journeymen, but you can hire journeymen, but not mercenaries.
Right.
And Doof learned that the hard way today.
That's too bad. And then finally we had Human Foosball versus the Alphabet Source. Alphabet Source take the 1-0.
And they killed an ogre that got MVP.
And it was a leveled up ogre too on a fresh team. Oh, yep. That hurts. That hurts so bad. I feel for that. Glart taking it looks like Glart probably took that kill.
Yeah, Glart's too good. No, JJ Cash can attest to that with his matchup this last week. Yep. Or this week.
Let's take a look at a couple of I want to take a look at the Alphabet Soars because I want to see what the meme is here.
Oh, we can probably fly through this really quick. I think we've been doing it wrong way, where we kind of go back and forth, but if we just fly through them in order really quick, it shouldn't take too long.
So there's a Skaven Thrower. There's no trolls, a Skaven, so 1 thrower, 2 blitzers, a lineman, and then just goblins. So no big guy underworld.
No big guy underworld, and both his blitzers took perms.
Oh no!
A couple weeks back.
So one's been rebought, the other one is still AV7.
Yes.
All right. Tough times there for the Alphabet Source, but squeaking out the win this week with Glart going in and doing Glart things. We'll just power through them real quick. The Kimry for Doof, Behold the Kickman. He's got an MNG Tomb Guardian for next week. That's rough. But at least it's alive. But he did
revive his Thora. So his Thora died week 1, end of week 1.
Did he start? Did he start 1 Thora?
He went with 1 Thora start, and it died.
Yep.
And now he has it back again. So good for him.
That's a risky start. I'm a proponent of the 11-man 2 throw raw start. I believe you cut the extra throw raw to pick up an extra skeleton, but I give me my throw raws because it's just such a scary game once one gets removed.
Yep.
Human Foosball. They're just missing their ogre.
No ogre. Everything else is pretty much standard.
Yeah, everything else is fine. Looking at the Chaos Murder Party, there is a pending level up on a Minotaur. Bah.
Cult leader. I don't think it's doubles because I think I remember that Velociraptor said it wasn't.
If it was doubles, it would have been snap block. Like this would not be pending if it was doubles.
Yeah, but I think he's debating between guard, tentacles, and those are the 2 levels that he's debating on, I think.
For my money, it's tentacles, but we'll see what he takes.
I would actually go guard.
Guard is good, but there's arguments for both.
Yeah.
All right.
Kusti Maya and the Lords of Obey. That is a Skaven team that with levels.
Yep. It's got a couple of blodgers, a wrestler, Mighty Blow on its blitzer. It's heading the way it wants to head. Nothing special yet, but that's just solid levels.
It has a bench.
Has a bench.
Yeah, this is a good Skaven team.
It's healthy, and it has levels. What else do you want? I guess what else... Go ahead.
And then, I was just at the next Skaven team.
Nillyman?
Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah.
So just take a look at this one. It has the Rat Ogre, so obviously it's a better Skaven team. But look at the names. The names
Yep.
are what makes this team.
Yes, yeah, I think I've seen these. These are great. Juggernaut first pick on the Rat Ogre on doubles. Juggernaut over block, or no, he
It's
gets
not
Juggernaut
doubles.
as his strength. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I had Juggernaut as doubles in my head from something else. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
All right. Real quick, Beyonce is my new favorite name on that team.
Beyonce, that's pretty great. Yeah, yep. Vin Cheezel, Al Pacino.
Yep.
Yep. That's good stuff. She's a bad witch. Grip this. So, yep, there's that agi up you're talking about. Looks like we got, what happened to the kickers? The kicker just MNG? Yeah, an MNG kicker and a movement busted lineman. You keep the movement busted lineman and just stick him on the line. Yeah, this will be awesome. He just needs a little bit more money to get that witch, the second witch. And, yeah. I already picked up one witch, so
get
this
the
is
second
good.
witch. Yeah, I'd wait to pick up the second witch until you have more development on your blitzers, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can. You want development on your witches too, so I can see arguments both ways. But yeah, all good.
I'd probably try to get more development third reroll than a witch. That's just my priority with that team, but everybody plays different.
If you get doubles on a lineman, I would almost debate taking leader on a lineman. Just a thought.
Callisti, yes, we have. We said that's a healthy team. You have a bench, and you have lots of levels. But it isn't as cool as Nillyman's, because Nillyman has a Roger.
I disagreed with that statement, but I won't make a big thing of it.
Rogers are better.
You can have that opinion. Then
It
we
is an
have
opinion when it's a fact.
Calaric's team also looking fairly healthy here. I think he just has an MNG on a lineman, so a couple of level ups, some SSP spread around, has a kicker, so can start taking advantage of that. Needs some more SPP on these blitzers, but other than that, good starting.
Yeah, it looks really good. He could buy an Apo right now, which would probably be my play.
Yep.
But looking really healthy overall. You got what you want. This team has played one less game because of them being a fill-in, and it looks pretty good for 2 games.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Anything else for Weiss before we move on to Nelson?
Nope. Just
we
seeing
didn't
the
talk
Roger
about
debate continue.
We didn't talk about next week. Let's run through predictions for week 4 real quick. XCOM Death Squad versus She's a Bad Witch. I like She's a Bad Witch.
I also like the Dark Elves in this one.
Yep. Could go either way in an elf off, but the Agi 5 and the Mighty Blow versus AV7, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Spellbrats versus Behold the Kickman. I'm going to take the Rogers over 3 Tomb Guardian Camry. I'm
going to cheer for Doof on this one. I don't know that he'll win it, but if he can get a couple of removals with those Tomb Guardians, the Celebrats could just fall prey to the removals and not being able to block those big, tough Tomb Guardians. If nothing else, I'm hoping he gets some money and gets another throw raw, but I will go for Doof on that one.
Okay.
Lords of Obey,
So
Human Foosball. Human Foosball is going to pick up a ton of inducements. What do you think?
How much are ogres? Are they 130 or 140?
I think they're 130, but I'm not 100% sure. You're the
If
human
they're
coach.
130, he has enough main. He has enough money for it.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah, but I would have to go with Skaven in this one. I think Skaven, they're really good against humans, especially when humans have no Mighty Blow right now.
Yep.
Or at least no reliable Mighty Blow.
No tackle yet either, correct?
They have 1 tackle, but it's on a piece with no block.
Yeah. Could be okay. But, yeah, I kind of agree. I think the Skaven have the edge this early in development. Later on, I think it starts to swing the other way, but right now it's just a Skaven world, and the humans have taken a beating.
Yep.
Chaos Murder Party versus the Alphabet Source.
So this is a really intriguing one. So you got Chaos, which pretty much have no skills. I'm double checking. They have 1 block piece.
Yep.
versus a bunch of goblins.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Yep Yep.
What's the TV here? The Alphabet Soars are... Because they have to be really cheap, right?
They're gonna get like a wizard or something. They could get Glart again if they invest money. No, they can't invest that much money. They have 20K.
920 versus 1090, so they're getting
170. They're gonna get like
getting,
a wizard.
Yeah, a wizard or possibly like a Bribe Babe situation, depending on if they want to be Fowly.
Yeah.
I think the Chaos are going to take it. I'm going with the Chaos Murder Party.
All right.
All right. That's it for Weiss, and we will move on to Nelson. Take a look at the leaderboard real quick. We've got Ratty Day, JJ Cash, heading up the leaderboard with a 3-1-0 record. We're only talking about the first 3 of these games, but a few of the games have been played because of early rolls. Mustard Lust, Iron Master, right behind him, so very tight division. Followed by
Iron Master. He had his first loss against JJ Cash this last weekend.
Aha! Well, that's pretty interesting. So they're really fighting it out up there at the top. Kadachi, aka Puke, 2-1-1, so not a bad record himself, and followed by Arc with Children of the Void with a 2-1-1 as well. So really tight at the top, and even 5th and 6th have a win apiece, so not out of the race yet.
Yeah, this early on, this is looking like the division that's probably going to get the wild card slot.
Yep, most likely. So
could change up, but it's looking like it.
Yep. So tight division, lots of close play. I think that means we did a decent job of dividing up the divisions, because we're having some good fun play.
Yeah.
So looking at week 3, Los Barachos versus Blue Blood. Blue Blood sounds like a vampire team, but that
it's
said,
the Bretts.
The Bretts take a 2-0 victory over the Elves. Not what I would expect, but looks like they got it done.
Yeah, we got to remember
look at those
that
block
Los Barachos.
statistics. That's a number.
You threw 70 blocks? Holy scheisse.
That is a lot of blocks.
They threw less blocks than me and still got more armor breaks than my Chorfs.
Wow.
This last week.
So that's a ton of blocks. Wow. 70 blocks. And that 70 blocks succeeded. So how many blocks total? Does it tell you? It doesn't say.
The world may never know, but let's take a look at his block dice. His block dice were pretty solid. A lot of them were 1 dice, it looks like. Well, not a lot, but a handful.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of 1 dice blocks in there.
Yeah. So it's still in like the 60 range. That's still really, really good.
Got Parzival in here. Is this a... What is the name of this team again? Los Barachos? Is this a Ready Player One themed team?
I have no idea, but Bat Blood is new to Blood Bowl in general, so seeing him maximize blocks, I think he should be doing pretty good overall.
Yeah, that's doing really well to throw that number of blocks. That is a huge amount of blocks.
Yeah, I know JJ Cash played against him, which I think JJ said that he played really well for only playing the game for such a short amount of time.
That's really good to hear. Next up, we had the Wrongbeards versus Children of the Void. Children of the Void taking the 2-0 versus the Dwarfs. This is more what we expect to see Elves doing early on in the season. Looks like we had...
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know that Archangel, he took a kick specifically for this matchup.
Very nice. Allows you to run over and steal the ball on the opponent's half. Look at those occupation statistics. 6% occupation on own half, 6% occupation on opponent's half. He didn't hold on to the ball at all. He took the ball and scored.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next up we got the Y-Fronts United versus Ratty Day. So we got the Norse versus the Rats, and it was a tie.
Two teams heading for Capone, getting ready for how the play goes in Capone, taking the 1-1 tie.
It's all about draws up there.
Absolutely. All about the draws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like it was a pretty straight up even game there. Good job of the Norse.
Bad MVP.
Yeah.
Poor Creeper.
Yeah. Bad MVP on both sides, really.
Yeah, but Norse versus Skaven, I'd actually kind of favored the Norse this early.
Yep.
So that's a good job to get the tie there.
Absolutely. And then finally we had the Vamps running away with the 3-0 versus the Kislev. I think that's more or less what you expect to happen early on with Kislev. Kislev are a real tough team to play that early, and these five vampires are just going to run around and do whatever they want.
Those 5 vampires are just cheating.
Yep.
Anything that Saho tried, Knuckle said no. The Vamps are winning this game. That's pretty much how the game went.
Yep. All right, let's do a quick run through of the teams and then briefly look at next week. So, Blue Blood Kadachi, taking a look at the roster, picked up a guard blocker. Nope, it looks like this is just a Lancelot Parzival Galahad. He just went with the standard knight's name, but he did spell Parzival in the Ready Player One style with a Z in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
but looking at it, this is pretty much what you expect the team to look like.
Needs more peasants, but yeah, peasants die. So
peasants die, and apparently not enough for some teams. I will get into that next week, but yeah. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid start. Just needs to keep grinding it out, earn some money, get some peasants. Get a dirty player. I want dirty player Bretts. Jumping over to the Children of the Void, Archangel has a Mighty Blow Blitzer. That's great. Has another Blodge Sidestep Blitzer. That's great. Has a kicker. Short a couple of men's, but other than that, good development everywhere.
Yeah, he showed a couple of guys, but he's already on the second iteration of his thrower and second catcher.
Wow, that's rough.
So he's had some good money rolls, it looks like, to at least reinvest it.
Second catcher already leveled up, so wasting no time getting those guys going.
Yep.
Ratty Day, JJ Cash's team. This guy is starting off things right. Mighty Blow on his Storm Vermin, standard. Strength up on his Gutter Runner. Not so standard, but that's awesome.
Yeah. So one thing about JJ Cash is he is the Andy Davo of Rats, because look at how many passes he's completed. 17 in 4 games.
That is amazing. Mad props for that. There should be a special recognition for most SPP farmed from passes.
Yes, and JJ has it.
Yep.
I don't think anybody's touching him at this point.
Jumping over to Iron Master's Mustard Lust, we've got a movement vamp, a tackle vamp, a block vamp, a dodge vamp, and an Agi Up Thrall. The Agi Up Thrall is awesome for this team because it gives you someone who can easily pick up the ball and then throw it to a vamp, so you don't have to keep your vamps back early on. You can use them aggressively. So that is that's a great pickup for this team.
Yeah, I think he wants to get his 4th reroll. I keep on worrying about an apothecary for this team, especially I want to see it before playoffs.
Yep. The apothecary's not so important for this team, in my opinion, because all of your positionals have regen, so you're buying an apothecary for, just the factory worker. That's the only one.
Well, you're buying it for that, but it's also, you get basically 2 chances to regenerate the injury, which, when you go up against those bigger teams in playoffs, I want to see him have those extra chances.
Right. I think you can get away with playing without it for quite a while.
Yeah. And
it's when you're playing in a new division, bloat management's a real thing. But
I think he's also told me that he thinks it's a waste. Well, I'm just saying, getting that double possible regen in time for playoffs, where there's Boba's kill team that we'll look at, there's my Chorfs that are looking like they have a chance at playoffs. You just want to have it a second chance when you are going up against those claw teams.
Yep. Looking over at Saho's Kislev team, I have to give him -5 cool points for having default names. But other than that, team's coming along pretty good. Has a strip ball lineman, has a wrestle blitzer, has not gotten a bunch of star player points on the catcher, which is an important trap to avoid when you're developing new Kislev. It's very easy to feed those catchers all of the touchdowns, and you really want to get all your SPP on blitzers and linemen and other things.
Yeah. One thing I said last week, and I'll say it again, I just want to see more reliability skills, more wrestle, more block.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, it takes a long time to develop that on this team. It's so hard. Mad props to anyone who can play Kislev. I can't do it, obviously. And I consider myself a decent coach, and it's just really hard.
Yep. Next up, we got Justlidon, and this team was taking a beating.
Wow. So we're down to 8 players. So 3 gone. One of the Ulf Runners is gone. So...
Ooh, what do you think of dodge on the lineman? I usually go guard on doubles.
Yeah, this team wants guard really bad. I think I would have gone guard. Dodge is not a bad shout for a long-term league, though, because Blodge is a real thing. And especially in a new division, it's valid. It's valid.
It might just be the ball carrier.
It could be.
You could just give him sure hands next, and that's your ball carrier. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
It absolutely. It could just be the ball carrier. And later on, this piece could roll doubles again and become just like the best lineman ever, because guard, Blodge, maybe stand firm. I mean, that's a lot of doubles, but
yeah.
But if you get that piece on a Norse team, like, that does so much work for that's just a bunch of stuff Norse don't have that they really, really want.
Yeah. Next up, we got Randall Clark and his dwarfs, the Wrongbeards.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the dwarf team.
Yep. Dwarves.
Guard.
Look at all the block and tackle. Oh wait, that's just the default skills. Yep, they've taken guard. That's
amazing SPP spread. Basically, every piece is just an MVP away.
Yep, that's great to see. And all these increments of 2, these guys are just casing things, which is, that means he's playing dwarves the right way. He's lining them up. He's knocking them down.
Yeah.
Then
nice.
Last up, Batblood's High Elves. We've got a lineman who picked up dodge and who's about to level again, and just some blitzers, like a spread of SPP everywhere else where they're about to level up. Only down 1 player, which is good for elves early on. Not bad.
Yeah, the one thing that you want to see is you want to see the catcher starting to get into play, which I think he's 20k short.
Yep. So next game, assuming no more losses, we'll get a catcher in here, and they can start doing their passing game.
Yep, and we get a fun one where we get to go in and argue for 1 game this week, Nelson.
So we got the Wrongbeards versus Los Barachos. What do you think? Los Barachos is that's Batblood's elves versus the dwarves versus elves. I don't even want to say it, but dwarfs.
I think it's going to be dwarfs, and just because of a couple things. Los Barachos, he's a newer coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw how he is maximizing his blocks, which is good to see from a newer coach, but versus dwarfs where you're going to 1-9, and the 1-9 is going to be basically you just turning the ball over.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yep.
I think it's just a dwarf storm at the worst possible way.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Jumping over into Dillinger, taking a peek at the leaderboard. Goblin
Game
Marine
ended and Goblin Marine lost.
Oh no! Well, there went my prediction.
Crazy. Now I have to just keep on winning because, oh man, that makes my season even rougher. Just because I've had bad times.
So tough times on your front. We know you're vying for 3rd place at this point, and Grazy is just bumping you right down the list. So right now we've got Goblin Marine 301. Tied up with Duberman, who's 301, so those two duking it out for 1st place. Followed by now Grazy with the 2-1-1 start. Well done picking up a win this week. I was thinking Goblin Marine because he was perfect up to this point.
Yep.
And then down in fourth, we've got Man Bear Horse, and a bunch of draws in this division as well. So you've got 3 draws. RK's got 2 draws. Angray and Whack Rob both a draw apiece. So
yeah, I just can't get my team to win. They'll find a way to F it up.
Well,
yeah,
just kind of tough. But Goblin Marine doing his thing down here. I think dropping to Dillinger from Capone was one of the best things that could happen to him. He's getting to rebuild that team, and he's doing well with it.
Yeah.
So, and, looking at week 3, it looks like we had first up Riaze versus Goblin Marine, who Goblin Marine took the 3-1 over the Chaos.
Yeah, and that's, I think, just as killers doing killer things.
Yep, absolutely. What were the dice on that? It looks like 5 injuries inflicted, a KO inflicted to 1 kill, 1 injury from the Chaos. So, yeah, much out removed. Not out blocking, though. 36 to 22 blocks, but the
quality.
The quality of the blocks was much more on Goblin Marine's side of things.
Yeah.
Then we had the Dwarf off, the Hellspawn Violators versus Man Bear Horse. You guys did a 1-1 tie. Tell us about your game.
I made a lot of blocks and I wasn't rewarded.
72 to 48 blocks.
Yeah, I had 24 more blocks and 2 less armor breaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sad times. Not a lot of armor breaks on either side that game, which is kind of surprising.
My armor broke about 2/3 of the time.
Oh, excuse me. Let me correct that. Not a lot of removals.
Yeah. But his armor held 78% of the time when I had a couple of Mighty Blow claw things hitting him.
Yep.
So.
Well, next up we had the Goldblood Knights versus the Barovian Knights in the Battle of the Bretts, and the Goldblood Knights took it.
Yeah. Did you get... what did you get, Grazy? Was it Strip Ball? What did you get on your Strength 4 thing?
Here, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's just wait.
Yeah, let's wait. We'll wait and take a look here in a second. So Goldblood versus Barovian Knights, 3-2. High scoring. It looks like they got into a bit of a shootout there.
They had similar block numbers, similar scoreline. It looks like it was a Brett game.
Yep.
That
4 passes on the Goldblood Knights, no passes on the Barovian Knights side. This is a game I do want to go back and watch.
Too bad it's in the past. So.
Yep. Sithral Wardens versus One Die Palmy. The Sithral Wardens take the 2-1 victory, so elves are able to grind it out versus the double loner MVP. That is awful.
There's a lot of loner MVPs this week.
Yeah.
Nuffle is not having it with us.
Yeah, not being very generous with the SPP at all. Yeah. One Die Palmy occupied the ball 43% of their opponent's half and lost 2-1.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think what might have happened is that he got forced to a sideline, and that's pretty much where Wood Elves want you.
Yep. Wasn't able to convert to it. Probably what happened, the Wood Elves scored early, and then in their half, and then the Zons just were not able to get down the field, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Looks like they had plenty of armor breaks and 7 removals, so they did remove some elves from the field, but just not enough to convert it into a touchdown.
Yeah.
All right.
Taking a look at the teams, we got Maritime Marinated Meats, and
this team's a work of art right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that level is. If it's a normal, what do you give them? Extra arms to be a receiving threat?
Yeah.
Your hands? Extra arms... Extra arms works on pickups, right?
Yeah, extra arms works on pickups. So extra arms is a good
pickup, catch, or intercept.
Yep. Extra arms is a good thought. 2 heads is not a bad shot. They need doubles for agi skills, right? So it's doubles for dodge.
Yeah. One thing, if you do get a double, I would not mind seeing him get Mighty Blow, and then you just build another killer.
Yep, I've seen that play as well. That's not a bad thought at all. I don't like my killer having my leader skill though, because you don't want to expose that. But yeah, I guess you don't want to expose your killer either. So yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you could really. That's kind of the cool thing about this team. You can build it any way you want. Mutation gives you the ability to turn it into a killer, turn it into a a ball handling wonder, turn it into some type of weird sacker. You can do whatever you would like. It could get horns.
He's already doing the weird snacker with Sneed Venom, which I really, really like that piece.
Yep. That is awesome.
On a normal, you give him 2 heads. On a double, you give him dodge.
Yep. So, all this looking great. The Agi 4 Goblin looks great. The Big Hand Goblin, we just need some more goblins to get some 2 heads and do more ridiculous goblin things. Yeah, all good stuff here. Then let's look at this little man bear horse team. How are they doing?
Pretty good, development-wise.
Guard. I like that. I like that you do not have guard on your bull centaurs. I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think it's a trap on bull centaurs. I mean that. I'm not, no sarcasm there. I see a lot of people take guard on their bull centaurs, and I think it's a trap skill.
I don't think it's bad long term, but it's not something I'd give them early.
No, I'm happy with it as a 4th or 5th skill, but
yeah. To me, I just think that you build them block, break, tackle. If you get a double, you take dodge.
Yep.
And then you just build from there. I think it's 2 very simple skills. One thing that I am disappointed in my development is I want to get a Hobgoblin just ball carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Last game, it really bothered me how I was trying to carry on one of my bulls to help them level a little bit more, and it just slowed me down so much in trying to get down the field and have my chore murder train.
Yep.
So
you just need your other 2 blockers to pick up guard so that you have the full set, and then pick up a couple of stand firm pieces whenever these other 2 guards get to 16. I assume you're going guard stand firm and not going full kill.
I'm actually going to go guard Mighty Blow. Is going to be the next skill.
Oh, you're going
after
full
guard.
Kill. How dare you?
Well, the thing is that it just speeds up development to get to stand firm.
It does.
And then they're ready if they do roll claw.
Yep.
So.
All right. Good stuff there. Next up, Riazi's Ravagers. These guys look a little beat up. 1070. We've got an MNG'd Minotaur. An AV7 MNG, and then I believe also an MNG on this guard warrior. So they're not too bad off. They're just bad off for the next week.
Yeah, one player I keep on looking at, and I'm just like, why, is the Mighty Blow dodge piece.
Yep. Well,
I don't completely understand that one.
It's a long-term investment thing, I would assume, because what else do you take on doubles for a Beastman?
You ignore it.
I mean, that's fair, but if you dodge is not a bad skill to have long-term, but yeah, it is rough this early when he doesn't have block yet, doesn't have anything else to go with it, and when there's only 1 dodge piece on your team, that's where your opponent's tackle goes.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of it, just because if you don't block first, I like it.
Yep.
The fact that he went Mighty Blow first makes me not a fan of that move.
Yeah,
but
I think that's just a situation where you can't control when you hit your doubles, and you either ignore it or take it when it comes.
Yep.
But Barovian Knights up next. They've got 2 guard pieces. I love that for Brett's.
Yeah, they got 2 guard pieces. The pieces that I really like is his Blitzer, the Strength Up Blitzer, and his Agility Blitzer.
Yep.
Those 2 pieces are really annoying. I forgot where the Strength Up Blitzer was one time, and it exposed my ball to stack.
Yep. And there's an Agility Up blocker as well, so that's a sweet piece.
Yeah. I like the team. He just needs a little bit more development on him, especially the blockers.
Yep. It's unfortunate that blocker got guard. Well, not unfortunate. Like, guard is great, but once he has Agi up, I want this to be my sacker.
Yeah.
Yep. But good looking team, good development. Let's take a look at RK Blaze's Hellspawn Violators. They are healthy, and this niggled Agi 3 Bull Centaur still running around the field causing chaos. He's never going to die.
No. This is a team that is a few levels from being really, really good.
Yep.
You just need a couple of extra Kaz on your claw pieces to give them Mighty Blow.
Yep.
You want to get a little bit of protection for your Bull Centaur with agility. You want to get, hopefully, sure hands or dodge with your Hobgoblin that has agility and block.
What everyone has to remember is this is a team that got slaughtered at the beginning of its first season, and having it being in the state it's in now is actually just great. Like, he's fought hard to get back up to this state where he's got all his pieces on the field and healthy.
Yeah, it really is. But he's just so close to having a really dangerous team.
Yeah. So that's props to RK for sticking with it and pulling this team up out of the gutter, because it lost. It took permanent injuries on both its Bull Centaurs in its first game in the league, and to see it in this state a season and a half later, that's just a really nice thing.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Goldwood Knights. We got Grazy.
Yep.
He has strip ball. Yep. I love it.
That is awesome. That's a great sacking piece.
I think Grazy said he's going to give him break tackle if he rolls a normal.
Okay. That's not bad. If he rolls a double, I assume it's dodge.
I'd probably give him dodge if it's
because you are cage diving, so he can go dodge, or is it? Yeah. So blockers get strength skills on normals.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That sounds great. Break tackle strength. That makes him a hell of a sacker.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy that piece. When I play Grazy this coming up week, I am not this week, but the next week. I don't want to face that piece, but it's still live after the game.
Yep.
Gosh dang it!
Yep, he made it through unscathed.
Yeah.
So good looking Bretts there. Looking forward to see what comes out of them. Duberman with the Cithral Wardens. It's always funny. You see the 1,200 Wood Elves, and it's like, no, their team's still great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so movement up strip ball dancer, awesome. Mighty blow dancer, awesome.
Lots of catchers with blodge awesome.
Everywhere. Yep, got a guard piece on a lineman. He's going to die soon, I'm sure, because that's what happens to elves who get guard.
This is a good team. You got the wrestle. You got pretty much blanket dodge.
Still on 2 rerolls. It would be great for him to pick up a leader on that thrower.
Yeah, I think that the 2 rerolls is good for this division until you play a Chorf team.
Yep.
That's probably all I'll say about that.
That's fair.
And then Grazy says the diving tackle peasant is the secret star. I can believe that. I've actually heard a lot of people like the diving tackle peasants. Diving
tackle is a fake skill. But if it works for you, then props.
Yeah.
Last up, Angry and his Amazons, one die Palmy.
Lots of blodge. His blitzers are well developed.
Yep, guard everywhere.
This is his on team.
They're 12 players. Only missing a dirty player for my liking.
Yeah.
How do you feel about taking the thrower?
I'm okay with it. It's a guy that gives you pass. He's the one that made that crazy play against me when he had 4 players left on the pitch.
Okay. All right. I feel like that's a controversial one just because of TV management and kind of I think that's one of the secrets to Amazons is coming in at that super low team value, but just being really efficient for your team value.
Yeah, one thing that you could do is next level, if it's a normal, you could give him leader, drop a reroll, and you save 20K TD.
Yep. Looking at it, we've actually only got one matchup that we can talk about in this division as well, and that is One Die Palmy versus Riazi's Ravagers. So what are you thinking about that one?
Amazons versus Chaos.
Versus Chaos.
Tackle.
Yep.
I'll take Amazons all day, every day.
Yep, I agree with that. That Amazon team's looking great. So, Angry, if you're listening, we're expecting you to take that one down.
Yep. Next up, it's a division that nobody wants to see succeed, especially one team in there.
So
well, I'm going to say it again since people are probably tuning in late to the stream. Big Chuck has the first ever WCW 2000 TV team, as far as I'm concerned, and it needs to die. It's Lizards.
You know, we'll talk about my team here in a little bit and my unfortunate start to the season, but not out of it, because this is look at this leaderboard. We've got 2-1-1 in first place. Boba, good job. You got 2 wins. That's more than the rest of us have, other than Valk, have been able to manage. Valk 2-1-0, hasn't played his game this week yet. WCW Aerial Assault 1-3-0. Me 1-3-0. Golgothan 1-1-1. Lockrest 1-0-3. Like, these are great coaches, great teams, and we're just drawing with each other. This is the tightest division I think I've ever played in.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was really thinking more and more once this division was again made up, is this division is going to be super close. I was talking with Valk about it last week. There's going to be legitimate playoff teams that would have had a shot to win the championship that just won't make it.
Yep. And that's unfortunate, but how many playoff spots are we given to Capone again? Is it
4?
4? So half of us are going to make it, but the bottom half of this division is going to be made up of good teams, good coaches. So that's just, it is what it is. So
yeah.
Talking about last week, first up we had Skinky and We Know It, that's me, versus Squints with Who Wants a Woody. I don't remember too much of this game.
Your dice cheated and it removed his skink hunter immediately.
Yes, this is the game with we had multiple rocks and all kinds of silliness everywhere. And then the heat wave stopped us from being able to prevent his score for the 1-1 tie, and he was just able to stall on us. Oh, and the 2+ pickup failed for us to run away with the ball as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, rough game. But Squints deserved it. He played hard, played for the tie, and got it. I think that was one of my comments at the time. Squints played for the tie. I think if he played for the win there and scored early, I would have been able to get my entire team back, and because I had 5 guys out to heat or something like that.
You would have won if he played for the win.
I would have won if he played for the win. So I think he made the correct decision, played for the draw, got it, lived to fight another day.
Yeah.
Aerial Assault WCW versus the Scourge of Saltspire. Aerial Assault takes it 2-1. And I believe I watched this game, but it's been a little bit now because these early rolls were playing so early. Pretty sure I watched this game, but I can't remember too much about it.
I tuned in for exactly 1 turn.
Was it a good turn?
No.
No.
it was, the game was already decided. S Hunter had his team in the corner, and Golgothan couldn't get there. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. Aerial Assault, they're able to score with no elves. I'm not sure. I don't think there are too many removals this game, but let's take a look. 4 KOs and 1 injury. That's not enough to stop him from scoring.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Orc Me Harder versus Firstborn of Arda. I remember watching this game because it was silly.
Yeah, and one thing about Valk and Loners is that they get MVPs.
Yeah, well, that was week 3 for everyone. If you had a loner on your team, it got the MVP.
Yeah.
This loner leveled. Was he able to buy it?
I don't know if he was. I know that he was able to buy his other ones.
This is Alion something. Let's take a look and see if he's on the team.
Player was not found.
Okay. And then finally we had Boba's Bounty Hunters versus Team Happy Orcs. Boba destroyed Team Happy Orcs.
I called this when I had Valk replace you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think Lawcrest, he's a very good coach, but Claw's just going to go off. Space Dandy's going to do his thing.
Yep.
And lo and behold, Space Dandy did his thing.
Six injuries, 1 KO. Just absolutely did work. 2 of the Black Orcs did not make it to the next week for this matchup.
Yeah, it's rough. Ooh, looking at Team Happy Orcs block dice. Those are very much skull dependent block dice.
Dice rolls. Team Happy Orcs. Block dice. 4 pals. Both pals added up. They had the same number of the both pals added up as they had skulls. That's a rough set of dice. So, yeah, tough game there. Let's take a look, blast through the teams real quick. 1680, Scourge of Saltspire. Scourge of everything, as far as I'm concerned. This team tears it up consistently. One of the most beat-up blitzers in the world, Obsire the Lethal. 6 movement, 7 armor, still just murdering people.
Yeah, it's fine.
The Agi-busted grab, guard, tackle, also just getting in there being a nuisance. To me, Skyer Creep, the absolute star of this team, this player does whatever the hell he wants, and this is the player that beats me without fail.
Yeah. As soon as he hits 176, I think I just say he's a Hall of Famer. No questions asked from other members.
Fair enough. I don't know if he's on the hit list now, but he's on my personal hit list for sure.
I remember turn 16 fouling him and just saying, this is what I got to do for Big Chuck. And he didn't die.
Well, I appreciate the effort. Yeah, I hit this guy with everything I have every chance I get, and he will not go down.
All right.
Then we have this little team, 2100 Lizards. I mean,
I just want to throw up every time I see it. Can we move on?
We started the season leveling up a second Agi 4 skink. That's just been a thing of beauty. Goofy Skink has been spending most of his time on the sideline because why field the Agi 5 one if I don't have to? I've got an Agi 4 one to back him up.
So you're just having 200k of a TV that's not doing anything.
Yeah,
got it.
Doesn't matter. You don't need it. Who needs it? You've got all this.
The rich get richer. That's all I have to hear about that.
Yep. And then I can always whine. I just need to get my touchdown on Brother Skink to level him, and Shorty Skink has been a point away from leveling forever. I'll be 2200 before you know it.
Yeah. Next up, we have the luckiest of the Lucky Elves, Aerial Assault of WCW.
Lucky Elves, these things die faster than fruit flies, but has managed to keep Rad around for a long time and Burner around for a long time. Other than Rad, Burner, and Laser, I think every other...
And he just keeps on living.
Yeah, but every other player on this team is a replacement at some point. Like, I think there's 3 or 4, maybe Zero's been around for a while. I wonder how many games this player's played. Let's look at statistics. Games played...
16.
So this player hasn't even been around that long. Like, Rad, I think, has been around forever. Rad has been around for 52 matches. That guy's been around for a minute. Laser has been...
how many?
30 matches.
40... 56. 52 or 56. That's a lot. That's good.
Burner's been around for 22 matches.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the rest of these guys, like, all these guys with the weird names, those are hired loners that I'm sure just stole an MVP and got hired.
Yeah. S-Hunter's done really well with his team. Mm-hmm. And next up, we got Krycher and Orc Me Harder. I see a Blitzer that just needs to be canned. And I see a Thrower that doesn't need to be there.
Yep. Strength 2 Blitzer. He's out of here. The second Thrower is the one I'm assuming you're talking about?
Yeah, the one without the movement.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. Having a backup, though, isn't isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, this team is underdeveloped at this point. I think he must have lost some pieces.
Lawcrest did a Lawcrest thing and just Lawcrest his team.
Yeah. But they're orcs. They'll rebuild. They'll be bigger, stronger, have harder heads.
Not unless he plays Boba soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I am not sure.
I'm just looking at Boba's team, and it's disgusting.
So let's look at Boba's team next. I can't wait to play this team. It'll be fantastic.
I'm sure you can.
Huh?
I'm sure you can't wait. I just see Space Dandy, and he's ready to go off against you.
So here's the thing. This team has 3 pieces with guard. That is not enough to fight.
It's fine. He has 3 claw mighty blow. All you have to do is get a removal.
If you're out there,
and then he has the strength advantage.
Boba, if you're out there, you need to get more strength before you come into our match. You need to get some either strength ups or some guard pieces, or else I'm telling you right now.
Doesn't need to do that.
Telling you right now, you won't be able to hang with all the tough lizards.
The tough lizards won't be able to hang with all this claw.
Oh, claw's not a problem.
He just doesn't want to give as many inducements.
Listen. Lizards are not afraid of claw because all my casualties come from unskilled guys. So, like, Boba Fett 3, that's the scariest piece on the team.
Good. He's going to kill him, too. I hope your team just gets annihilated and you're forced to reroll.
Well, if I reroll, it'll probably be in a Nurgle, and no one wants to see that.
My Nurgle died. It's fine.
Alright.
They can kill another one.
Who wants a Woody? This team, we've got, they continue to grow and get stronger. 1350 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. So we're still 3 players away from an 11-man roster. But
he can buy a couple players right now.
Yeah, can buy a couple.
He's going to buy another catcher.
One. Probably will buy one now.
He's probably going to buy another catcher.
Yep, for sure. Tree Man has done his job diligently. This team has continued to grow ever since he's been picked up. This Blodge lineman skilling up, I'm wondering what that skill up is. I'm assuming it's a normal since it hasn't been snap taken.
Sidestep, if it's normal.
Probably. Yeah. But Agi up War Dancer, this guy is a nightmare. Tackle Strip Ball, that's scary. Mighty Blow Dancer, that's scary. Good looking team.
Unless you're Big Chuck and you just cheat and have your fans throw a rock at it.
Well, that's how you deal with them. You just you call in the experts.
Yeah.
Team Happy Orcs, Lawcrest Orcs.
He's guard,
block. Yes, he has. This jump up blitzer has a niggling injury. And
the thrower has less armor.
Yep. To me, that's a canned thrower. I know it has
I don't know
Blodge.
if you can him. He's the safety of the team.
So I'm in the camp that I'm not even sure you run a thrower on orcs. So if you're not like, when I'm of the opinion that I don't even run a thrower, if I'm not running a thrower, I'm definitely not running an Armor 7 thrower. So I don't know. I think I'd can him and pick up a couple of linemen.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Firstborn of Arda, and Valk did say in his chat that he did buy it, and
yes,
it
he's
is
right
level
here.
pending.
What did he roll? Was it a normal?
I don't think it's strength up. Else he would have taken it.
Not another high vamp. I really want to see these high vamps. I really want to see these high vamps get to 16. Like, get a touchdown on Ridleon over here, or Rildeon.
He's tried hard.
Get him some.
He's tried hard to level him.
Yep.
Well, we've talked about it, just the two of us, and he's tried. He just can't get him to do what he needs him to do.
Yep. Understandable. But I really want to see it. Feed it. Throw some vanity passes. 3 vanity passes are good. Are good enough. Learn from JJ Cash. 3 games, 17 passes. Have them both leveled up. No big deal.
All right, we got 2 games this week to call. Orkney Harder versus Who Wants a Woody. Who do you got?
Oh, so I am Lockrest's biggest fan. So I really want to. Want to pick the Orcs. Yep, it is. Oh, I'm obviously not his biggest fan because I mixed up the Orc teams. I am a fan of all the Orc teams in our division. How about that? I don't know. I think I want to go with Squints on this one.
I think I'm going Squints as well. And then we got Scourge of Saltspire versus the Firstborn of Arda. Rematch of Season 7 finals where Scourge of Saltspire just absolutely annihilated Firstborn of Arda.
Yep.
And I am inclined to think that it's going to be more of the same.
Yep, I agree. Scourge will do it again. Golgothan has a perfectly healthy team. Firstborn took a beating at the start of this season. They're healthy-ish, but they lost some. They lost an Agi 5 player. They lost something else early on.
They've lost solid players.
Yeah, so I think he's just not in. I think the team is not in the place he needs him to be able to fight those Skaven.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. The one thing about always winning is that your fan factor is really high.
Mm-hmm.
So his team is higher fan factor than it should be for this TV.
Yep. That is that's been the bonus of all my draws to start the season is I lost fan factor on every single one of them.
Yeah.
So I actually was able to trim my TV by about 30K.
Yeah.
But,
oh man. So yeah, that's WCW. If you had a loaner this week, it picked up MVP.
Yep. All right. Any closing thoughts, words? Any other teams you want to kill other than mine?
No, just your team.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Kill all the chorfs, and we'll see you next week.